Welcome, Yorgies, back to another class. Today's class is going to be a intermediate in Vinyasa flow, but it is accessible for beginners as well. We're going to start class in child's pose today, so bring the big toes to touch, knees out nice and wide, bring the forehead down onto the mat, and start by taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose, and exhale out through the nose. Find that Ujjayi breath, that rhythm for your practice today. And we'll go ahead and get started. Take a nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, let's melt the belly down onto the floor and come into a cobra pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees down onto the ground, hips down, chest forward. And on the exhale, we'll come back into our child's pose. Let's rock it again one more time into that cobra pose, and we'll end up in a tabletop position. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Let's take some cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. Exhale, round the spine, push the floor away. And same thing here. Let's find that breath to the movement. Take those nice deep breaths in. Nice long exhales out. Tie your body to the present moment for the next 45-ish minutes. Take some nice deep breaths here. Center yourself. And when you're ready, we're going to tuck the toes under, bring the knees out nice and wide, feet mat width distance wide. We're going to crawl our hands back into a Malasana Yogi squat at the back of our mat. So sink the hips down nice and low. Try to get the heels down onto the floor, but if they don't quite touch, that's okay. Take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, open the mouth and let it go. Take one more deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring the fingertips down and lift the hips. Keep the hands down or the fingers down. So if you need to bend the knees here, that's okay. We're going to lower back down into that Malasana squat and then come back up into the forward fold. Keeping the fingers on the ground, the most important thing here is that we're just bending and straightening into the hamstrings. Kate has good hamstring flexibility, so she's able to get her legs pretty much straight with her fingers on the ground. But if you're at home and you can't quite do that, generous bend is perfectly okay. The next time you find a forward fold, we're going to hold there. And we're just going to ragdoll hang. So maybe grab for opposite elbows, maybe gently rock from side to side, maybe shift your weight into your right foot and then into your left foot, whatever feels good for your body. And when you're ready, we're going to bring the left hand beneath the gaze. Right arm is going to reach up nice and high. Option to stay here or deepen by taking the left hand to the outside of the right shin. Deep breath in. And exhale, switch it out. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up, right knee bends, left leg stays straight. And then option to grab for that shin if you did so on the other side. One more deep breath in, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, back bend, cactus the arms, shine the chest open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk the hands out to your plank position. Option to come down onto the knees or come into your upward facing dog, lowering down. Inhaling into your cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale the heels nice and high, gaze in between the hands, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back bend, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Let's step it back into our plank position and we'll take our vinyasa flow, meeting back in our downward facing dog. Let's inhale the right leg nice and high. Exhale, step it in between the hands. Plant that back foot down, warrior one. Rise up, reach the arms up, biceps by the ears. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Slide that fist down the leg. Deep breath in that back bend. Exhale, humble warrior. Bring that right shoulder on that right knee. Think about creating a little shelf with your right knee. Deep breaths here. On your exhale, hands come down, straighten through the right leg, pyramid pose. One more deep breath in. Feel the stretch in that right hamstring. Feel the belly towards that thigh. On the exhale, wide leg forward, fold to the left. Feet parallel to front and back of the mat, hinge forward. Option to stay here or grab for the outside of the feet and use that to pull the crown of the head a little closer to the floor. Take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, let's crawl the hands underneath the gaze. Turn the right toes towards the front of the mat. And start to crawl your hands to the top left corner of your mat. Push the hips towards the back of the mat. That back foot is staying pretty parallel to the back of the mat. Keep your right hand down to the inside of your right foot. Reach the left arm up nice and high. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Deep breath here. Lengthen through the right side of the body. Deep breath in. Exhale, reverse to your warrior. Bend into that right knee. Reach the right arm up and back. Gaze up at your right fingertips. Deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Bring both hands to the inside of that right foot. Optional kick through here. Ground through the right foot and the left hand. Reach your right fingertips forward and then kick your left leg through your feet and your hand and see if you can touch it with your right toes. And then kick that left foot back. Drop the left knee down onto the mat. Untuck the left toes. Option to stay up on the hands or drop it down onto the elbows for lizard pose. So both hands are still to the inside of that right knee. Right knee is hugging towards the right shoulder. Relax the head, bow it forward. Release the hips down. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, let's walk back up onto the hands. Turn the right toes to the top right corner of the mat. Right hand on the right knee. Twist towards the right. Gaze over your right shoulder. Option to bend the left leg. Reach back with the right hand and grab a hold of your foot. One more deep breath in. Exhale, half splits. Release the hands down. Crawl that right foot in between the hands. Straighten through the right leg. Pull the right toes back towards the face. Sink the belly towards the thighs. Sink in here. Feel that nice juicy stretch on that right hamstring. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend into the right knee. Tuck the left toes under. Shoot that right foot back. Plank pose. Vinyasa flow, lowering halfway or all the way down. Inhaling into your cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And let's get right into our second side. Inhale the left leg nice and high. Exhale, step it in between the hands. Pivot that back foot down, rise up, warrior 1. Biceps by the ears, take a deep breath in, generous bend in that left knee. Interlace the hands behind the back, puff up the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, deep breath in, exhale, humble warrior. Left knee finds that left knee shelf for the left shoulder. I'm going to get this. Left shoulder onto that left knee. Deep breaths, relax the head, relax the jaw. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands, straighten through the left leg, pyramid pose. If you need to step that right foot up, you can. Just make sure it stays flat on the ground and then bring that belly towards the thigh. Relax the head, relax the jaw. One more deep breath in here. On your exhale, wide leg forward fold to the right. Take something different here. Maybe you grab for the outside of the feet. If an arm balance is in your practice, feel free to take whatever you'd like. Nice deep breaths. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's come halfway lift. Turn the left toes towards the front of the mat. Crawl your hands to the top right corner of the mat. Feel a nice little stretch. Push the hips back. Left hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Right arm reaches up nice and high. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Gaze up at the right fingertips. Lengthen through the left side of the body. Deep breath in. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach that left arm up and back. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Bring the hands to the inside of that left foot. Left foot and right hand are going to be your foundation. Reach the left arm forward, kick that right foot through, grab for the toes, and then shoot it all the way back. Plant the right knee down, untuck the right toes, lizard pose. Stay on the hands or drop it down onto the elbows. Just keep that left knee from going too far. Relax the head, relax the jaw. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back up onto the hands. Turn the toes to the left. Left hand on the left knee. Gaze over that left shoulder. Option to bend the right knee. Reach back and grab for that foot with your left hand. Nice. For 3, 2, half splits. Left hand comes down, straighten through the left leg. Breathe here. And when you're ready, we'll bend into that left knee, plant the hands, find your plank pose, and take your vinyasa. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and bring the toes and the heels together to touch. Shift your weight forward into your plank pose. Left hand is going to be your foundation as we move into side plank. Right arm reaches up nice and high. Lift that right leg up towards the sky. Option to do wild things. Step the foot behind the left. Lift the hips. Reach the right arm back. Deep breath in. Big move. Low lunge to the front of the mat. Take that right foot all the way to the head of the mat. Step it down. Drop the left knee down. Untuck the left toes. Straighten through the right leg. Half splits. And we're back in this position. Relax the head down. A little different here. We're going to take the left hand underneath the gaze, reach the right arm up, take a little twist. And then we're going to challenge our balance here. We're going to start to bend into the right knee, reach the right arm back behind you, modified exalted warrior. Left arm reaches up, right arm reaches back and down. Grab for that left hamstring with that right hand. And when you're ready, tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee off of the mat, exalted warrior. Beautiful. Deep breath here. Let's take the right hand on the right hip, straighten through the right leg, plant that left foot down, so maybe step it up a bit. Start to reach the left arm forward as much as possible, and then find your revolved triangle. Left hand plants itself to the inside of the right foot, right arm reaches up nice and high. Pull the right hip back, open up the chest here. Deep breaths, breathe into that outer hip. Gaze up at your right fingertips, gaze down at your right toes. Take your left hand and plant them a foot in diagonal in front of your right toes. Launch off that left leg, revolved half moon. Try to point those left toes down and bring that left foot so it's in line with your body. Nice. Awesome. We're here for 3. 1 leg Tadasana in 2. And 1. Slowly start to rise up to standing. Bring that left knee with you. Find that drishti, find that gaze. Take your left knee out towards the left side of the room. Left foot's going to find itself to the inside of the right shin or the right inner thigh or a little kickstand on the ground. It's definitely not going to be on that knee joint where that kneecap rests. And then option to take your hands up high, hands up in heart center, whatever you'd like to do. We're here for 3, half moon in 2, and 1. Shoot that left leg out nice and long behind you. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up nice and high. Peel the left hip open, stack it on top of the right. Beautiful. For 3, warrior 2 and 2, and 1. Plant that left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Lift that right heel away from the floor. Sink a little deeper into that right knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reverse your triangle. Plant that right foot down. Reach that right arm up and back. Deep breath in. Hands come in prayer in front of the heart. Bend into the left knee. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Sink the hips down nice and low. Option for right peace fingers to grab for the right toe. Left arm to reach up nice and long behind you. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the front of the mat. Shoot that right leg up nice and high, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine, hug it in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Hold here, kick that right foot out, fall in triangle. Reach that left arm up. Deep breath in. Exhale, half pigeon. Right knee comes behind the right wrist. Shoot that left leg out nice and long. Let the hips settle down. Puff up the chest. And then exhale, fold over that right leg. Deep breaths here. Allow your body to be heavy, head to be heavy. Release the tension you might be holding in the hips. And use this as your break before we head into our second side. We're here for 3 to 5 more breaths. If you'd like to go into mermaid pose, you're going to walk up onto the hands, bend the left leg, reach back with the inside of the right foot with the left hand. Pull that foot towards the glutes. Take a deep breath in and release whatever you have. Come up onto the hands, tuck the left toes under, shoot that right leg up nice and high. Take some circles or just find your downward facing dog, whatever it is you need here. And when you're ready, we'll lift, nope, just kidding. We're going to bring the toes and the heels together to touch, shift the weight forward. This time our right hand is going to be our foundation as we move into side plank. Left arm is going to reach up nice and high. Left leg is going to lift away from the floor. Plant the left foot behind the right leg, wild thing. Lift the hips, back bend. Deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Take that left leg all the way to the front of the mat. Drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes, straighten through the left leg, half splits. Right hand is going to plant itself underneath the gaze. Left arm is going to reach up. Half splits with a twist. Really challenge the balance here. We're going to start to bend into the left knee. Reach the left arm up behind you. Modified exalted warrior. Right arm reaches up. Left hand finds the right hamstring. Back bend with the upper body. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee away from the mat. Exalted warrior. Beautiful. Reestablish that back bend, gaze up. Left hand on the left hip. Straighten through the left leg. Step that right foot up a bit. Reach the right arm forward as much as possible and then find your revolved triangle. Right hand plants itself to the inside of the left foot. Left arm reaches up nice and high. Lengthen through the crown of the body. Energy shooting out the crown of the head. Gaze up at your left hand. Gaze down at your left toes. Take your right hand and plant it a foot in diagonal in front of the left toes. Launch off that right foot, revolved half moon. Kick through that right heel. Ground down into the left toes. Right hand is merely there for support. We're here for 3. One leg Tadasana in 2. And 1. Come all the way up to standing. Bring that right knee with you. Nice, slow, and controlled. Take that right knee out towards the right. Plant that right foot anywhere on the inside of that left foot besides that knee joint. So wherever your kneecap is, avoid that right or left side. Actively push your leg back into your foot and your foot into your leg for 3, 2, half moon. Unhook that right foot, shoot it all the way back. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. Stack the right hip on top of the left and breathe. Deep breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Bend into that front knee, gaze over your left fingertips, lift the left heel away from the floor and bend a little deeper. Awesome. For 3, 2, reverse your triangle. Straighten through that left leg, reach the left arm up and back. Find a lateral bend, and then bring the hands together in prayer in front of the heart. Sink it down nice and low, Skandasana. Option to grab the left big toe with the left peace fingers. Right arm reaches up towards the back of the room. One more deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the front of the mat. Plant the hands, lift that left leg nice and high, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine, hug it in. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, left knee, right tricep. Hug it in and hold. Kick that left foot out, fallen star. Deep breath in. Half pigeon. Left knee comes behind the left wrist. Let that right leg slide out nice and long. Puff up the chest and then exhale, fold here. Slow the breathing down. Start to relax the body. Deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. We're here for 3 to 5 more breaths. If you went into mermaid on the other side, you're going to walk up onto the hands. Bend the right foot, reach back for the inside of the right foot with the right hand. Gentle pull towards the glutes. And when you're ready, we'll all meet on our hands. Tuck the right toes under, shoot that left leg back. Take whatever pose pigeon ritual you did on the other side here. And we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and bring our feet hip width distance wide, and we'll walk the hands back to the feet and find a forward fold at the back of the mat. Just take a moment here to breathe. Maybe take your peace fingers around your big toes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold here. And when you're ready, let's release the grip we have with our fingers. We're going to toe heel the feet together to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Rise up, sink the hips down. Take a nice deep breath in. On your inhale, let's find one leg Tadasana. Lift that left leg nice and high. Hug it in using just your core. Squeeze it in. Then take your fingers and interlace them underneath your left knee. So like in front of your knee. Yeah, there you go. Hug that knee in nice and tight. And now options here. Stay right here in this pose. Start to crawl your hands down towards your ankle. Now, if you round the spine, that's okay, as long as you're grounding down into that right foot. And some of you might be able to grab for the bottom of your foot and interlace your fingers around the sole of your foot. Again, okay if the spine is rounding. From here, start to kick into your foot. Bow your forehead towards your knees, standing forehead to knee pose. If the knee stays bent, again, totally fine. Breathe here. You got it. We're here for 3. Find that dristi for 2. And 1. Release that left foot, step it halfway down onto your mat. Awesome. Lift that left arm nice and high. Kick the right foot into the right hand behind you. Grab for the inside of your foot. Bring the knees together. Take a deep breath in. Kick deeply into your hand and start to hinge forward into your dancer pose. Reach the left arm forward. Kick, kick, kick for 3, 2, Tadasana pose. Plant that right foot down. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Toe heel the feet together to touch if they're not already. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Make sure all 10 toes are visible. If not, sit the hips back. And let's inhale nice and high. Bring that right knee with you this time. Perfect. Interlace the fingers around that right knee. Hug it in nice and tight. And then start to crawl your hands down, maybe down towards your ankle, maybe towards the bottom of your foot. And if you can interlace the feet underneath the soles of the foot, you're going to start to kick the foot out nice and long. Bring the forehead towards the knee. Round the spine here. Very important. Awesome. For 3. See, even we fall out. Find that dristi, Kate, for 3, 2, and 1. Step that right foot all the way to the front of the mat. Reach the right arm up nice and high. Kick the left foot into the left hand. Bring the knees together. Start to kick into your dancer pose. Reach the right arm forward as much as you can. Kick, kick, kick for 3, 2, and 1. Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, forward folds. Let's bring our feet mat width distance wide, toes out, heels in, sink it down for that Malasana yogi squat. Optional crow pose. Plant the hands shoulder width distance apart. Bring the knees up onto the triceps. Shift your weight forward into your crow pose. Hold here. And maybe some of you will lift one toe, followed by the other, and maybe some of you can shoot it back into your plank pose from there. Awesome. Let's take a vinyasa and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. My camera work is all over the place. Okay. Let's take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, let's drop down onto the knees. Untuck the toes, rise up, hips stack over knees, shoulders stack over hips. Hands on the low back or like a little above your booty. We're going to push the hips forward as much as we can. Tuck the chin and start to lean back. If that feels okay, reach one hand back for a heel, maybe followed by the other. If it's easier for your toes to be tucked under so they're a little closer, feel free to do that. Once both hands have the heels, keep pushing the hips forward, relax the head back. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly come up this way you came in. Hand on the low back, lift up. Untuck the toes, bring the feet out nice and wide, knees together. Let's have a seat in between our heels. Scooch yourself forward so that you have enough room to lay back on your mat. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, sitting in between your heels, you can sit on your heels and bring your knees out nice and wide. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you want more, hands are going to come behind the back, and you're going to walk yourself out into your hero's pose. Maybe come down to the elbows. If you can make it all the way down onto your back, you can interlace or grab for opposite elbows above your head. Awesome. Take 2 more very deep breaths here. And when you're ready, we're going to come out the same way we came in. Hands first, come rise up. I guess elbows first, but you made it. We're going to shift our legs to one side and come to a seat on our mat. Shoot the legs out nice and long in front of us. Bring the soles of your feet all the way to the bottom of your mat or to the edge of your mat. Like to the bottom front edge of your mat. To the front edge of your mat. You got it. Now straighten your legs out nice and long, toes up towards the sky, feet together. Take a deep breath in and remove the fleshy part from under your seat and hinge over the legs for seated forward fold. I was going to use Sanskrit, but I didn't. Kate speaks only in Sanskrit, that's why. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, fold. Relax the head, relax the jaw. Deep breath in. Exhale, let's rise up. Palms up towards the sky. Slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your spine, one vertebrae at a time. When you arrive, we'll hug the knees into the chest. Plant the feet down by the glutes, hands down by the sides. One round of bridge followed by wheel. Hands down, lift the hips up nice and high, push down into the heels. Engage the inner thighs as if you're squeezing a block. Option to interlace the hands behind the back. We're just here for 3. Squeeze the shoulder blades together for 2. Squeeze that booty. And 1, lower all the way back down. Second option, same exact thing, or wheel. Hands come by the head, thumbs by the ears, fingers towards the shoulders. Deep breath in, exhale, push into the hands, push into the heels, lift the hips. Awesome. For 3, 2, and 1, lower all the way down. Windshield wiper the legs a bit when you get there, and slowly let them out nice and long on your mat. And we are here for our final resting posture, so pull the shoulder blades underneath your spine. Relax the head, relax the jaw. Take as much time as you need here, and when you are ready to come out of your final resting posture, do so kindly, and have a great rest of your day.